Hello, Valley Maniacs. We are back in studio after a long, fun weekend. I hope you had a great weekend yourself. We are back in studio to discuss Marvel Strike Force. Who is the next Raid Milestone character? Silver Surfer was out last night. Is there going to be a replacement? We're discussing that in this video. Also, tons of question about these new Ravager and Web Warriors team. We got answers. Also, who is the next legendary unlock? That is a big question on the minds of the Valley Club, and we're talking about that in this video. So without further ado, let's go to Reddit and discuss these raid season milestones. They removed Silver Surfer. They gave us absolutely nothing as a replacement. The raid season milestones, they just took a major hit. I don't understand how that sounded like a good idea. Now, I do want to mention that before Silver Surfer was in those raid season milestones, the character that was there was no one. We had no shards for characters, and I think it was a nice change to have Silver Surfer there. I think a lot of the community, including myself, was thinking that there would be another character there as soon as Silver Surfer goes out. Now, we're gonna see. The season is currently going on right now. As you see, they have added no one to these new raid season milestones. I think the leading thought with the community and myself is that a very good character would be going there. Deathpool was on the minds of some. I think the character that people are suspecting is going to the next raid season milestones, if that's what they're gonna do. Like I said, before Silver Surfer was there was nobody there. I was hoping that they would continue that trend with new characters, and now that Icarus is around, very good character in terms of arena, in terms of raids, in terms of pretty much any game mode you're going to use him in. I think the leading theory is that Icarus is going to be the one that replaces Silver Surfer. That is my theory as well. But if we scroll down on Reddit, I think there's already a character in the raid season milestone. Drax is in there. I cannot see him. He's already been in there for an hour. Or is it John Cena? Let me know if those Drax shards or those John Cena shards are showing up for you, or who you think is the next character that's going to be in these raid season milestones, if there is a character. If there is, my guess is Icarus. Let me know your thoughts though in the comments, and let's get to the rest of your questions from the mailbag. Hey Valley, random question here. I remember not long ago when you had surgery. I just had one today. Oh, well, hey, hope you get better, brother. Hope you wishing you a very speedy recovery with that. And it really zonked me. What was your method to maintaining competitive play while recuperating and sort of being out of sorts? So I think you're talking about MSF, not my jiu-jitsu, because I was not competitive at all while I was doing that, while I was rehabbing. So I was out for a while. But as far as MSF, it's not that physically challenging. It wasn't that for me. Maybe the first day or so, because I was on the pain medications. After that first 24 hours though, I was trying to get off of that medication, so it was a little more painful, but my mind came back, which is a little more important for me. So that's when I started playing again. So I don't know. I guess it depends on what surgery you have, what kind of medications you need, and how that affects you. For me, I tried to get off of that quickly so that I was back to playing Marvel Strike Force and doing other things. I think I was actually back to making videos within a week or so. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully your recovery goes well. Hopefully you could get off any pain medications that they gave you for post-surgery, and you could get your mind back as soon as possible. I'm afraid that I might be being incapacitated and wind up missing out on a lot of things like daily objectives. Hope all is well in Texas, brother. All right, so the other thing, I'm gonna give you a fist bump as well. Thank you for that question, but also communicate with your alliance so that you're not missing out, or if you're missing raids or wars, they know why. Sometimes I fail to communicate, but I think that is important that you do communicate that. So let them know. Hopefully they can help you, and hopefully you could maybe set alarms and remember to just log in, do the bare minimum if you're really still zonked. But that would be my recommendations. I've actually had surgery 3 times since I've been playing mobile games, and 2 of them were during Future Fight. One of them was during Future Strike Force. So yeah. Hopefully that helps you. All right, next question though. Happy holidays from Brooklyn. Happy holidays back from Texas, brother. There's that fist bump for you. Do you think that the reworks for Spidey and Miles would make Young Avengers win with Spidey at 8.3? I don't know. We're going to Blitz and check it out in just a little bit. At least while we wait for the rest of the Web Warriors. I've always struggled with consistency for the Young Avengers. Even with Captain Marvel, yeah, it's not that. It's because the Young Avengers, they were kind of left behind by the devs at Scopely. They never really had a place in the game. They never really were a dominant raid team or a war team. They never were an arena. So I guess they were meant to be another Blitz team because they never really found a spot of domination in the game. So yeah, even with Captain Marvel, they're still not consistent to win at 8.3. I have Deathpool carrying them for now since she's a hero brawler, but some synergy. Now Deathpool can actually carry an entire team. I have Deathpool placed on just a team with 5 random hand characters and she wins. So Deathpool is carrying that team, not the Young Avengers. But I could sheer user carry another team. New improved spider will work in 8.3. So I don't know, let's go into the game. Here we have the Young Avengers with Spidey, Miles, and we have a few different teams. This one actually looks the most interesting here. This one, it looks like they probably can beat it. We got another Spider-Man that's pretty big. Some big numbers here, big punch up. This one they should beat as well. This one looks to be the most interesting. And yeah, we'll spend this Blitz credits here. Let's let you go. And actually, let's just sim this one, see if they win. I think they will win. I think this is the hardest match of the 3. So if they do this one, pretty impressive. Let's go. And oh, not even the Spidey and Miles, they win. So yeah, the Young Avengers are trash. Hopefully we get some better characters in the next few weeks. But yeah, it wasn't not very good. And I think that's just a function of the Young Avengers. So yeah, hopefully you find some better matchups than that. We tested against the hardest team. Maybe if you went against some of the easier teams, it would have been better. But Young Avengers kind of suck. Is Kestrel worth 150 gold promotion credits for her 7th red star? Obviously, I see you in our arena shard, so I'm sure that you have a 7 red star. Or I'm assuming you have a 7 red star Kestrel asking this question. Or they have Eternals at 7 red star. My goodness. Captain Sam at 6. I could take Shang-Chi to 6 red star, but I'm doing fine in skill Doom lanes. It's just those dirty technos that are a daily problem. So Kestrel getting that 7 star should help. My Kestrel is at 6 star and I don't have that gold star. So for me, that would not be a purchase. I always say that to use T4s, your T4 credits, or to use promotion credits, whether it be silver or gold, it should be on a character that you're using all the time and it's going to make a difference. Now, for you, I would say this may be a good thing. Your arena seems to be solved. The rest of your raids seem to be solved. The big problem that you seem to be having is the problem that everyone is having is the tech nodes in Doom, and Kestrel is going to help that. Dr. Doom is going to help that. I don't know if there's any other characters in tech that are really worth upgrading, and since you can't really upgrade Doom unless you have those dark promotion credits, Kestrel might be the best one. So in this case, I would say it might be worth it for you. It might not be worth it for everybody, but again, with these promotion credits, I like to think long-term, and I don't see a tech solution coming till March at the earliest. So I think this will be something that will go a long way for you. I would say this would be a good investment. I don't know if it's gonna be better than some other investment that you could potentially build up in that time, but yeah, at least until March, I think, or at least until the beginning of February, which is when the devs normally come back from their holiday break and having a new patch come out. It's probably going to worth it. So I think this is definitely a good investment based on your current situation in arena and the raids. So good. I think it's a good investment, unless you're struggling in other areas. Maybe war is more important to you putting on those characters, but it sounds like we have similar priorities. So that may not be the worst thing, especially since we have 2 more months of Chaos Theory that you could recoup. Not all, but some of these gold promotion credits and kind of be set for the next time character comes. All right. Hey, Valley. I've been subscribed to your channel for a year. It helped my account grow so much in the time. Thank you for watching, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you a lot. Now for the salt. Scopely had a chance to help the community by giving Star-Lord Tchalla the Wakandan tag. They could also have given Peter Quill the Ravagers tag. No one, or none, wants to put, or I guess it's no one without the space. No one wants to put resources into the Ravagers or the Wakandans, but given 2 Star-Lords, those tags would have maybe made it more palatable. Why the devs keep screwing the community? Anywho, give it a good work, brother. The love, the content, keep on smashing. And we have a very similar question. The next question, so I will answer both of them at the same time. Hey, Valley, thanks for all you do. One simple question that I am sure I'm not the first to talk about. No, you're not the first. How in the world can Star-Lord T'Challa not have the Wakandan tag? This seems very much like Phyla-Vell not having the Creed tag. It's exactly like Phyla-Vell not having the Creed tag. This would make a big difference in the gamma raids. Can you please spearhead an uprising so that T'Challa can reclaim his rightful heritage? So the devs were actually asked about this specifically in a lead-up video to the envoys that we are not able to share, but because that video is not under NDA anymore, I'll explain what exactly he said. So this was actually asked, why does Star-Lord T'Challa not have the Wakandans tag? And the devs in that interview said it was considered for a while. He is Wakandan by birth, but the reason they decided against it is because the bulk of his story takes place off of Earth. So I guess for thematic reasons, he's not getting the Wakandan tag. And I guess, I don't know what the reason Phyla-Vell didn't initially have that Kree tag, but as we've seen with other characters, Punisher not initially having that military tag. There's a lot of examples that tags were changed for gameplay reasons. They could put it, even though maybe thematically it wouldn't work because, yeah, he is Wakandan, but he is in that cosmic part of the Raptors where he grew up as well. But it would make sense to have both. It would make sense to have both, especially from a gameplay perspective, not for anything else, except for what you guys mentioned, those gamma raids. Those gamma raids are not fun. You got Kree in there that are really not fun to take in. You got Wakandans and Pimtech. So giving the Wakandan tag to T'Challa would help in the gammas, and because he has a tech tag, could help in Doom as well. I can't wait to do more testing with normal characters. Obviously, there is a test server with everyone maxed out that is just gonna smash through the raids, but can't wait testing it with normal characters in just a little bit. But yeah, the devs did consider it. They didn't do it for thematic reasons, but hopefully they add it back in for gameplay reasons. So yeah, this is something that I'm gonna push a little more. All right, so and hopefully it's something that gets done because Gamma kind of sucks right now. All right, hey Valley, greetings again from New Jersey. Greetings back from Texas, brother. Thank you for featuring my question a few weeks ago on Night Nurse's special, but I never saw the follow-up answer. Sorry if I missed it. So actually, I did see a follow-up answer in the comments, and yeah, we'll go over it here. Did you ever figure out if the special ability cures negative effects from allies or characters adjacent to the most injured ally? So let's go and look at MSFGG, look at her special right here, and what it does. It's going to clear negative effects from the most injured ally and all adjacent targets, and this is the adjacent targets to the most injured ally, not the character that she's that has that targeted. So anyway, heal the most, and excuse me, not her. We were wondering, is it her that's gonna get these negative effects cleared, or stuff? Because it's not super clear, but it is the most injured ally and the adjacent allies to that injured ally. Then you're gonna heal the most injured ally again, and adjacent allies, not to Night Nurse, but to that original most injured ally. So it is the most injured ally, not Night Nurse specific, not the allies adjacent to Night Nurse, unless she is also the most injured ally. Then it will be the most that characters adjacent to Night Nurse. All right, with that out of the way, we got a new question. I have a question on Thor's passive ability, what affects his optimal placement. His passive reads: when an enemy attacks an Asgardian or Wave 1 Avenger ally, he gets bonuses. Does this stack on a single attack? Meaning, is it beneficial to put Black Widow, for example, instead of Thor between Captain America and Hulk, so that the opponents get stuck behind taunt and does adjacent damage? They're throwing it to Wave 1 Avengers is double the benefit. And as always, thank you and quick shout out to Nobu will be your Booze Alliance. So I think what this is asking is if because Thor gets bonuses based on attacks to Wave 1 Avengers and attacks to Asgardians. Since he's a Wave 1 Avenger and Asgardian, if you attack Thor, if he's gonna get double charges, no, he gets one charge. It's not gonna get, and I think he's the only character that does that. So when you attack Thor, you should be getting one charge. It's not like you're getting one for a Wave 1 Avenger or ally. You're just getting one charge per attack. So yeah, that would be cool. That would make sense as far as placement, but yeah, it's just one. So you could put Black Widow so that she could go into stealth and it will not continue the chain, or whoever you want in that middle section. It doesn't matter. You could put Thor there if you want, but if you want to put Thor in between them, just keep in mind he's not getting double charged for that. All right, hey brother, quick question. Any ideas when the next Omega Red Legendary event will be? I got 5 on my secret Avengers. So the first Omega Red Legendary event started on November 1st. Normally, first time events, they take about 3 to 6 months to come back. Some have been longer. So that means 3 months. That's around beginning of February. So I think that's the earliest it could come back. That is what my guess, especially since, you know, the devs are going away for December, January. They may have Omega Red come back earlier than that 3 month time frame, but They have not done that in the past, so I'm not thinking that they're going to do that the first time this time. So I would think around February is when I would suspect Omega Red at the earliest. Obviously, it could be longer than that, but I think the earliest would be February. We'll see though. Devs constantly change things at Scopely, and if Omega's Red's legendary would be taking place in February, the second run of it, that would kind of go in line with another legendary coming around that February-March time frame. So it wouldn't make sense, but I think February is the time frame for this. All right. Hey, Valley, we have a quality of life idea I'd like to bring to the devs. If you'd like it, we'll discuss it here, brother. Imagine if you click on a piece of gear in the store menu that has a green dot indicating that you have a tune that does not need the gear. It shows how many total are needed for all tunes that gear piece. So you have a clear idea of how many you need while showing how many you already have. What do you think? Thank you for the great content. So I like this for certain pieces, not all the big pieces like Catalyst and things like that, because there's a lot of pretty much every character needs advanced catalyst, the orange catalyst, the teal catalyst at some point, depending on what gear you're bringing them up to. So those numbers could get crazy. You're going to need it for everything. But I kind of do like this for some of the unique pieces. And when I'm talking about the unique pieces, I'm talking about the things like the astral energy or the alien spores or the superior awes, things like that. Those are what I would like to see, because those are limited and not every single character needs that. Just a select group of characters need each of those unique pieces. So I think I would like to see this for that. I would like to have that quality of life change, but not for all pieces, just because, if you click on an advanced basic catalyst, you're getting pretty much everybody that needs that purple gear on there. So could get kind of crazy. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing though, but that's just my personal preference. It might make it easier for some people, but I think for me, that's what I would want to see. All right, instead of MODOK and an AIM rework for Tech Rays, how about a team mixture from the X-Men universe? Hey, I don't care who, I sort of care who the characters are. As long as I kind of know the characters and their solution for tech, I would be happy. Whether they be AIM or someone from the X-Men universe, characters you mentioned here, Nimrod, Master Mode, Omega Sentinel, that would be 3-piece fit together. Haven't heard anyone talking about any of them. What are your thoughts? So, these characters, yeah, they would, I don't think they would have the mutant tag on them, so they wouldn't be part of that mutant section. And I don't think Scopely wants to give a lot of double tags. I think that's special for Kestrel and that's special for Doom. So I think that's why we haven't heard a lot of solutions for the tech section with mutants. I know we have Lady Deathstrike that kind of fits in that category, but as long as there's a solution, I would be happy. And it's characters that I kind of know. Nimrod, I kind of know. Master Mode, those other Sentinels, I kind of know them. It's wouldn't be the worst thing. But yeah, any 3 characters, you could put Doom with them and Kestrel with them, they should smash, especially if they're similar to how the new Warriors and Secret Avengers are built. But yeah, those characters are fine. Any other characters are fine. Just give us a solution, Scopely. We need to solve tech, and it's not fun right now. So bring more fun. Make the game more fun. All right. Hey, ValleyFlyin, question about the Ravagers rework. Tchalla steals energy from blind targets, but he seems to be the only one that can blind one target in his special. So, is he supposed to lap the target to steal energy, or is just never supposed to happen without dropping a Ravager for someone like Magneto or extended debuff? No, so it's happening on the same move. So he's trying to apply blind to a target. If that blind sticks, he's going to steal that ability energy. If he tries to apply blind and it gets resisted, it does not stick, he's not going to steal the energy. So it's all about his focus. His focus is very important for that move, but it's all based on Star-Lord and his focus and if it gets resisted or not. It's not happening in 2 separate turns. Yeah, so Star-Lord does it himself and he steals it himself. So yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work. All right, hey, Valley, crazy idea time. I love crazy idea time. How cool would it be if Scopely created a March Madness tournament for a new character release? Pick 16 characters, they're brainstorming, or could be allowed to be reset, or be allowed to be released, and each week have the community vote on which one makes the next round. Results are going to be in the Friday blog. After that end, when a winner is crowned, it goes into development for 6 months-ish later, and then the character gets released. Let the community choose a character, will increase the hype so much more, and be even more suspenseful. Thoughts? I kind of like this. I kind of like the idea of the community voting on it. I think with a big 6 months time frame though, that would let the hype die down slightly. maybe a lot, depending on what else is going on in the game around that time. Scopely has a way of building up hype and then killing all that hype just by their bugs and a lot of stuff they do. But yeah, I would like this. I would like this. The more the community can be involved with character releases, character release methods, different aspects coming to the game, different blitzes, the more they do that, the more I like that. So I would love this. I would like that 6-month time to debris decrease though, but the more they can involve the community and get the community getting exactly what they want into the game, I think that's better for the health of the game, and it's better for the health of the MSF community. All right, hey, Valley and friends, UK viewer here needed some advice. I finally finished DD3 global nodes, took me ages, but smashed all Cosmic and City in 2 days with Kestrel, Infinity Watch, and symbiotes. Now I've got a dilemma. Do I upgrade my symbiotes to gear 15 or save the resources and plow through into the new Web Warriors team? My initial plan to save them for Web Warriors, but seeing how well the symbiotes perform, I'm not sure anymore. Any thoughts? Keep smashing. So in the short term, you're not going to get any benefits from the Web Warriors. I'm not expecting that full team to be released until mid-January or so. So that's when the Web Warriors are really going to shine, when you got that full team. Because if you notice a lot of their passives, you need 4 other Web Warrior characters on that team. So initially, at least in the short term, in the next month or so, symbiotes are the way to go. After that, after Spider-Punk is released, because I think he's going to be the last character of the Web Warriors to be released, or at least in these initial 3. I don't know if there's more coming, but it's going to go Spider-Gwen, then Scarlet Spider, then Spider-Punk. So after Spider-Punk is released, that's where we're going to have this access to the Web Warriors. And you actually got a few different things to do in Dark Dimension. Since everyone was recommending the symbiotes for Dark Dimension and City, there's been 2 teams that work really well that have been announced or released. The first is Cloak and Dagger. They work very well in City, and I think they're going to give you more long-term value than the symbiotes. And then you've also got this Web Wars, which has been announced, not totally released, and that's going to have more long-term value than the symbiotes. The symbiotes are very good. They're going to smash the content that they have available. They're going to smash Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4. They'll probably do well in Dark Dimension 5, but I think, you know, the Web Wars and Cloak and Dagger, looking towards the future is where you want to go with Dark Dimension 5. But as far as your raids right now, symbiotes are probably going to be a little better. Probably 1, because you have more gold stars, you have more red stars on these characters, you have a lot more gear invested in them, and you probably have the correct T4s on all these symbiotes. So, yeah, I think if you can't afford to save. If there's content that you're not clearing right now that you need to be able to clear within the next month or so, then yeah, invest in the symbiotes. But if you can hold off on waiting, I think that's going to be a better use of your resources, because the Web Warriors are the team of the future. The symbiotes are the team right now. So hopefully that gives you some perspective. Hopefully that gives you some more things to think about before you upgrade this, because a lot of these questions are very there's no cookie cutter answer. A lot of it's depending on what your goals are and where you are right now with your characters. Hey Valley, greetings from Belgium, greetings from Texas, brother. I want to plan on starting Dark Dimension 5. I won't enter within the first few months, since my alliance is only doing Doom 1 for a few months, and still trying to get ready for Doom 2. Hey, we're in Doom 2. I don't suspect myself to be ready for a few months either. I have 0 Gear 16 characters, so yeah, it's probably gonna be a while before all of us, unless Scopely eases up on some of these bottlenecks for Gear 16. If they give some more events that give us more stuff, I think it's gonna be a long time with the current rate that we're getting these teal pieces. All right, but you can't do enough planning, and that's what I want to think about. Now the question: I want to use the MSFGG tools, but I don't know how to import my roster and the amount of gear pieces on the website. Is there a better way of doing it manually? I created an account, but my PID, now I'm stuck. Thanks, I love your videos. So the way to do it in the past was using the Mantis bot. And the Mantis was a bot that you would use over your BlueStacks. It would just go through your roster, and whatever it found, it would upload that right to your MSF.GG page there. And it would have your entire roster, where they're at. With the Mantis tool, you would still have to go through all your inventories manually and click that, but the Mantis tool would remember and upload to Marvel Strike to the MSF.GG. Now, I went to the Discord for Zara Tools, who is the person that makes the Mantis tool, and I have not seen an update to that tool since August. Now, That doesn't mean it's not going to work, but it hasn't been updated since August, as far as I can tell from that Discord. So that would be the best way to do it. I've used that in the past. I've not used that since I cleared Dark Dimension 4. There wasn't really a reason to keep my gear and my roster updated in MSF.GG after I passed Dark Dimension 4, but that's what I use. Hopefully it's still running. If it's not still running, if there is another solution that people are using, let me know in the comments, guys. Let's help out the entire community with this one. But yeah, Mantis is what I used in the past, and hopefully it's still running, even if hopefully it's still working, even if updates hasn't been made since August. All right, next question. Hey, Valley, when you face an enemy in a raid, like Symbiote Spider-Man, he has attacks in raids, gain 100% drain plus heal on negative effects. Will that raid text be active or turned off, or would be slightly weakened lower ability level as it was on a case-by-case basis, or does it have to be the same for everyone? So it seems like it's on a case-by-case basis. And if you go to that MSF.GG site, you could actually go into the map section and see who are the characters and where their abilities are. So if we actually go into MSF.GG now, and we'll actually take a look at some of the map settings that they have here. And on MSF.GG, you can see that we're on a Doom 2 map here, and they have all this information for all of the sections here. They have Dark Dimensions, all of them. They have the Raids, Ultimates, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and the Dooms. So you can check out any of the Dark Dimensions in the Raids that they have the maps for. And if we click on one of these nodes here, let's just say on this node here, you will see all the information for the enemies. So we're looking at this Minerva right here. This is the enemy that pops up on that node in particular. Right there, she's gonna be level 89. Do you see the levels of some of the other characters? And if you want to click on her stats, you can see what her stats are. You can see where her abilities are. And if you see a Symbiote Spider-Man on there, you can see if he has his passive maxed out as well. If we take a look at this Taskmaster though, we see this Taskmaster and he has his stats at this levels here, 7775. So maxed out. His ISO 8, you can see it's a blue ISO 8. All that stuff there. He has a skirmisher rank, so you can see their exact stats there. It is different per node, and it's not exactly consistent. So if you want to check out a particular node, see if the enemy, how their abilities are, MSF.GG is the place to go. You can check out all the raids, all the Dark Dimensions. Highly recommended. If you're not already using that site to check out your roster or maps, check it out. The link should be down below. All right, back to the questions though. Yo, what up, Valley? How do you think the Cosmic Mutant level could be the next legendary unlock? Notice with Magic, there's 5 Cosmic Mutants. Now, I would say that it's very low chance that the next legendary character would be Cosmic Mutants. The reason for that is all the Cosmic Mutants, none of them are new characters except for Magic. Normally when they release new legendary characters, they want some of the newer characters in there. So if you look at Pimtech, we've had a few characters that were new that were added to the game. If you look at the Secret Avengers, those 3 new characters were added for that Omega Red release. So normally some new characters. With this team, it would only be 1. So it's definitely possible. Scopely definitely keeps us on our toes and doesn't really let us know what they're doing. But I would say, at this point, it's unlikely based on what they've done in the past. So interesting. We'll talk about another team that I think has a higher chance of being the next legendary unlock. All right, what is up, Valley brother from another mother? I have a question. Was very impatient. Used my power course to get Symbiote Spider-Man to 6 red stars, but instead got Silver Surfer to 6 red stars. Do you think I made the right choice, or needed to be better on my choice to get another character 6 red stars? So again, with these red star promotion credits, the gold and the silver version, a lot of it is going to be based on the character you're using. So if getting Symbiote Spider-Man to that 6 red star is going to solve an immediate problem for you in the game that not having that at 6 red stars would, then do it. If it's going to be Silver Surfer, then do that. If it's going to be Kestrel or another character, do that. But I think they're so rare, these promotion credits. You have to make sure it's going to have a immediate value, and it's going to have some long-term value as well. Not investing in Symbiote Spider-Man, it's not the worst thing, because as we know, we do have Web Warriors coming. The full team should be here in about a month or so, and then you're going to start to lose value for Symbiote Spider-Man. So not the worst for Silver Surfer, but I hope with that said that you have some use for Silver Surfer now, and you have some planned use for Silver Surfer down the road. I think he's kind of fallen out of arena. I don't think too many people use him there. He's still important in the tech section of the raids, although, excuse me, the mystic section. Although if you start to have these Eternals, you may not need the Silver Surfer even there. So both of these characters I think you could have skipped on, but or I could have skipped on, but again, it's not based on my roster who to upgrade on you, or not based, so it shouldn't be based on who is on my roster what I would do. It's based on what should benefit you, and maybe you're getting more benefit than these characters than I would. So yeah, I'll always think about what you're gonna plan to do with these characters before you use those promotion credits, because they're so rare. All right, hey Valley, my alliance has been doing Doom 1 for a while. We're gonna attempt Doom 2 soon. So for getting 30%, would you recommend getting all 8 members in a strike team, gathering them on the left or the right side, or splitting forces evenly, 4 on each side? Thanks. Keep on smashing. So what we've done is kind of switched up different lanes. So if you look at some of the maps on Doom 2, let's go back on Doom 2 here and look at MSFGG, the map for Doom 2. So we see we have a few different nodes here. Now, before, when it was Doom 1, you would get per node for the total of the alliance completion percent. It was about 1.15, and I could be remembering that number wrong, but for some reason that is in my head. A 1.15% for each node that you would do in Doom 1, that would be going towards a total. So if you're going for 30% as an alliance, you need to do about 30 nodes or so to get to that 30%. As an entire alliance. That is about 10 nodes per strike team. So if you could do that, I think that would be the best. Now I tried to test it out in Doom 2 to see if there's an exact percent. I did 4 nodes. 2 of the nodes gave you 1.43%. One of them gave me 1.91% and this is to the alliance total. And one of them gave me 0.95. So 2 of the nodes were a little less than 1.5%. One of them was almost 2% and one was less than 1%. So wasn't consistent. I'm not sure why I was doing that, but I think if you guys shoot for 30 nodes total, about 10 per strike team, that should get you to that 30%. So if you guys, whatever organization method you need, splitting teams up or splitting your lane mates up to the same lane, or doubling up on lanes, or everybody doing different lanes, whatever it would take to get you to those 30 nodes, that's what I would do. So it's going to be different based on every alliance, but based on your power level, what nodes you guys could clear, what nodes are first. Maybe you got just symbiotes starting on the bio section on the left side. Symbiotes now, Web Warriors in about a month or so, and then you got the Mutants and the Axemen on the right side. So I guess whatever your alliance has built up a little more would be the most beneficial to get you guys to that 30% as soon as possible. I'm about to enter City in DD4. Have Symbiote, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Scream. I almost have Venom done, but I have enough gear to do Carnage. Should I do it? Should do Carnage? Should I do it or hold off? My assessment right now would probably be to hold off, especially with these Web Warriors coming in DD4. You know, if you have Spider-Man, Venom, Scream, maybe another character, it's gonna suck, especially that node 12. But you eventually should get through it, especially if you put that skirmisher on Symbiote Spider-Man. In the past, it was always Carnage is gonna be better outside of DD4, and Venom is gonna be better in DD4. Nowadays, like I said in the previous question, we've gotten Cloak and Dagger. We got these Web Warriors coming. So because the symbiotes are the current team, but they're not going to be the future team, I would say probably hold off if you can hold off for about a month or so. Then we can start investing in Web Warriors. Maybe you already have enough to invest in Cloak and Dagger. All of them don't take alien spores, so it might be better splitting off. Maybe doing Cloak and Dagger, maybe doing some of these Web Warriors because they take superior odds. So I would say hold off for right now, unless you need this to get through Doom right now within the next month and do it quickly. I would say, unless you need to do that, I would say hold off and just save your save your gear, especially if we're very short on gear, trying to get those characters up to that gear for 15 for that. All right, next, Valley. It would be good loyalty bonus. Wouldn't it be good to have a loyalty bonus for every month you stayed loyal in alliance, logged in daily, hitting your dailies, accumulating alliance points? The higher your level, the more you can do internal alliance donating and receiving. That way I could give someone 10 gold orbs and they might give me some uniques, for example, a trade system with restrictions on loyalty. I like that. I like that. You know, and the community's requested a trade system for a while, especially as a catch-up mechanic, not just for the loyalty, but as a catch-up mechanic, so we could get some of our real-life friends in our lines, help them out, get them up to speed quicker. But we don't have any system like that in Marvel Strike Force. So I kind of like the loyalty system. You're getting more stuff the longer you stay in the lines. I really like the trade system, though. I really like that. And that's more for newer players, not so much for myself. It's not going to benefit long-term players as it will for newer players. So I want newer players to catch up. I want more people infused in this game. So I think that would be a positive thing. So I like this. I like this. I hope you're listening, Scopely. Our next question. It's a quick question. Can you explain what the T4 on Miles' passive really does? I may seem to be grasping. I'm not grasping the importance of the T4. Thanks, be well, dude. All right, so let's go back to MSFGG and take a look at the passive for Miles. Let's move this up a little bit. All right, so what the T4 is going to do on turn, he's going to apply defense down to a random target. If that target already had defense down, he's going to gain offense up instead. So on turn, somebody's going to get defense up. So if there's 5 characters on the enemy's field, it may be more in the raids, but let's just say there's 5. He's going to pick one of those 5. He's going to try to apply defense down. If he picks that character that had defense, and if he picks one of those characters, that character already has defense down, which is very possible based on all the massive kit of these web warriors, then Miles is going to get offense up. So that's the way it works. Got a 1 in 5 chance, unless all the characters have defense down, then you're getting a higher chance he's just getting offense up. So is this worth the T4 just to have him potentially get offense up? I think no, but maybe you have way more T4s than I do, and this is more of a luxury pick for you. For me, I don't have as much T4s to put into something like this, so I'm not going to do this one. But if you're really going hard on this Web Warrior team and you want every possible benefit that they have, this is a benefit that you could do. But I see there's a lot better T4s that's going to give you a lot more bang for your buck. This is not a bad T4, but you're missing out on opportunity cost of other T4s that are significantly better than this one. All right, though. Next question. Let's move on. What is up, ValleyFlyin from NYC? I don't have a question, but a comment. I actually absolutely love this patch. For about 2.5 months, I don't really need to do much. I'm a 15 million TCP player with my symbiotes over 800k. We're doing Doom 2.0 at 60%, and I'm told I can use them on about Doom 2.3, and at this rate, I could get shards for the Web Warriors, have them up and running about 6 months. As far as magic, I could get her to base level of gear 13 or 14 pretty easily. I don't think I'm going to do much with Star-Lord, maybe gear him to 12, 6, 6, 6, 4, and put him on defense and war the rest of Ravagers, unless he's good in the lanes of Doom. Overall, a pretty chill patch. What do you think? I agree with your assessment. This is a chill patch. I don't have my symbiotes where you have yours, but they're working right now. They're one-shotting nodes in Doom 2, so that's a good thing. I don't need to invest too much in the Web Warriors right now, but for down the road, I think maybe when we get a Doom 2.4, 2.5, maybe we get Doom 3, symbiotes aren't going to be the answer. So yeah, Web Warriors are going to be that solution there. Magic, I'm gonna kind of do what you are doing with her. Get as many gold stars on her. We got the 4 red stars. I think that's good for now. And then just slowly start to gear them in the background while I'm using them. Star-Lord, there is rumors that he'll be needed on another team, potentially for tech. So I'm going to build him as much as possible. I'm probably not going to do a lot with the Ravagers until down the road. I'm kind of treat it like Taskmaster, where I built those minions way later to make them a strong war defense team. Probably going to build John doing the Ravagers way down the road because resources, and they need a bunch of T4s in order for that team to be as solid as it should be. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to do similar to what you did. I think I like the Web Wars a little more from a fun perspective, maybe not from a necessity perspective. So probably going to push them a little bit more, but I don't think we really need to push, unless you're really going hard on war offense. I don't think we need to push this new X-Men team, and I don't really think we need to push this Ravager team as well. All right, hey, Valley, I'm a big fan of your channel. Love the humor that you and the people you have have. It keeps the game fun, even though there are many bugs. There are many bugs in this game. Sadly, I have a question / complaint for you. How am I supposed to stay first in arena. If the game shows me that, I'm first until the timer ticks over and resets. But then suddenly a few minutes after, it tells me I'm 6th, and I get a payout for rewards coming for 6. I continuously went in and out of the arena for the refresh, and the game literally showed me that I was first after the daily payout time. I can't attack someone to reclaim the first spot if it shows I'm still first. Yes, that is accurate, and that is why on Friday I was making Boomer's war defense with some pretty trash characters, because he did take that #1 spot. There was no arena battles that he could do because he was in that #1 spot. So I was hoping he would lose so he could do more battles, but nobody attacked him. So anyway, if you're in the #1 spot, it's probably not a good thing real close to payout, because there's nobody for you to attack. And as you guys know, for better or worse, Arena has a slingshot system where if you are being attacked, nobody could attack you. But if you're attacking someone, you could be attacked, which means that you could slingshot all the way from that one spot, all the way outside of that top 20 within a matter of seconds. It's a bad system. It's working how the devs intend, but that's the question. Should they be intending this? It's not very fun. So that's the slingshot system. The slingshot system kind of sucks. It's working as intended, and we've been pushing the devs to switch this to make it so that we cannot be attacked, to avoid a slingshotting, and they have not for the past 3.5 years. So hopefully there's something that's done. They did eliminate the cheating, where if you logged out of, or if you not really forced close the game, but if you minimize the game, we're doing something in the background, you would hold your arena rank, nobody could attack you. That is eliminated. But the slingshotting system, which sucks, which can drop you out of that #1 spot all the way back really far, still there. So unfortunately, there's nothing to do right now. I hope you have a great season despite the shortcomings of Arena, and I hope you smash it. Here's that fist bump, brother. Thank you for that question. All right, next. Love the content, brother. Quick question about what do you think the future of the game is? With the community being so upset with Scopely over many things, do you see the future of MSF continuing to be seen as the game the community does not enjoy, or do you think we see a Scopely take positive steps to improving their reputation as a community perception? So as far as the game enjoyment, I think if we didn't enjoy this game, we would stop playing. I still enjoy this game. I don't enjoy a lot of Scopely's decisions, but Future Revolution, I wanted to enjoy that game, but when I stopped enjoying it, I stopped playing it, which meant I stopped making content about that game. So I'm still making content over Strike Force because I still like the game, despite how Scopely, takes a couple steps forward, couple steps back, and hasn't really gained a lot of momentum consistently in 2021. So hopefully they're changing their ways, making things a little less Scopely friendly and a little more player friendly. Hopefully they add some more fun elements and do less things like that trash Thanksgiving event. We're gonna see in a couple weeks what they're gonna do for this holiday season. But I don't think the game is there's obviously some improvements that could be made, but I think the game is in a much better place than it was a few months ago. I think the community is a lot more happier than it was a few months ago. And I'm looking at my numbers on YouTube. It's kind of evident that the community is a little more happy than they were. But yeah, Scopely definitely can improve a lot of things. The bugs, the communication, the trash offers. There's a lot that they can improve. But despite all those things that they can improve, I think there's still enough fun in Marvel Strike Force, at least for myself. Hopefully for you guys as well watching the channel. All right, nice question. Greetings from Singapore. Not really questions this week. Just want to say that I enjoyed the recent videos where you had Mobile Gamer live on them. Hope you can carry with the concept of having a live guest on your videos. Keep smashing with those videos. Thanks for the great content. Well, that was very, very fun. But unfortunately, I'm not sure how many live videos we're able to do on a consistent basis because most of the people that I collab with, including Mobile Gamer, some of the other content creators you see on this channel, we're in different cities, so it's hard to do live unless we're traveling to those cities. This weekend, I happened to go out to Vegas to visit OMG and to go to UFC 269. That was fun, but that was the reason we did some live videos. So anytime we're in the same city, we probably plan to do a lot of videos with each other. But yeah, just a lot of the people that I collab with were in different cities. So probably gonna be able to do a lot of virtual collabs, not as much live ones, but hopefully that changes in the past. The live ones are way more fun than the virtual ones. All right, hey Valley, I hope you're doing well. I saw a video on Boylan's channel about a bug where Icarus took extra charges off of Heroes for Hire of World War. I love that. I love anything that ruins Heroes for Hire or any new characters that ruins for them, takes off their charges. I love that. What do you think is going on? it doesn't say anything in the kit about doing that, so I think it's a bug, unfortunately. But yeah, if Icarus is doing that, I hope that's a bug that they never solve, because you know what I say, heroes for hire. I hate that team. So yeah, keep going. That's the kind of counter we need for that team. Yeah, and I hope they never, and I think this is a bug, and I hope they never fix it, because that team sucks. All right, hey. ValleyFlyin, yo, I saw you went to the fight with Boomer. You hope you guys had a blast. We did, and we got a video coming out tomorrow, or I have a video planned to come out tomorrow. I took a lot of video there and I'm compiling that. Hopefully I could compile that in time for tomorrow. But yeah, as soon as that is up, as soon as that's ready, we should have that video up. It was a fun time. It was very, very fun. UFC 269 has some really good fights as well, some historic fights. I also saw that you guys had a chance to play test Tchalla and the Ravagers. What ISO 8 would you recommend for the newly reworked team? Thanks. Keep on smashing. So unfortunately, the testing we didn't switch to ISO 8s to see which one worked best on them. I'll give you my initial assessment of the best ISO 8s, and this is it's kind of based on the old Ravagers. This is based on what the most popular choices of on MSFGG are. So Boomer, most popular choice is Striker, and I feel a lot of these guys have good basics. So Striker may be a decent class on a lot of them. Bruiser is the tank. Fortifier is the class that is the most popular on MSFGG, but he has a decent basic as well, where he's stealing as well. So yeah, his basic is pretty good. So Striker may be a one for him. I think Fortifier was to be the one to test, because he's supposed to be the tank on that team. Healer for Stitcher. Stitcher's the healer. He does a lot of healing. He does some percent-based damage as well. Really, really good character, but I think healer would be the way to go. Yondu Skirmisher, I thought about a Raider because he does that AoE on his ultimate, but I think Skirmisher would be the way to go. Actually, Striker could be a good one as well, because he clears positive effects with his basic. And you know, you're getting a lot of extra focus, so I don't know if you need that Skirmisher tag on him. So I like Striker on Yondu, at least initially. That's not the most popular one on MSF.GG, but I do like Striker on him because of his basic. And Tchalla, the Raider seems to be the most popular one on there right now. So what I did with the video, we went with whatever the default one was. There will be more testing coming up. We have about almost a month and a half. I think T'Challa's gonna be a character that will be released at the end of February based on this, or at the end of January, excuse me, based on how things were in the past over the holidays. So we have some time to do more testing. There will be more testing and more answers on the channel, but those are my initial assessments for those ISO 8 classes for these characters. Woo! What is up, ValleyFlyin? My name is Nature Boy. I'm brand new to your work and loving it so far, huh? I don't know. I'm glad you're loving it. I don't know about that brand new part, Nature Boy. You've been around for a while, but thank you for the question. Let's see what you got to say, brother. Wondering, with Blade being a rumor for October, do you think we'll see a potential vampire tag team, or do you think it would make a Midnight Suns team? I think Midnight Suns seems a little more potential. Just vampire on a tag seems, I don't know. I don't think I would like that. I would like an actual team, but I don't know. Well, we got Morbius, Blade. Who else? I don't know who else would have that vampire tag in there. So I would say Midnight Suns, especially with that Doctor Strange rework coming maybe February. Maybe he'll get a rework going that Ghost Rider team with them. It looks like a Supernatural slowly breaking up, so it'd be a good chance to give the Spirit of Vengeance some more love and a new life. I mean, we got rumors of Ghost Rider coming around that time, a new Ghost Rider, or a Ghost Rider rework, and a new Ghost Rider coming around that time. We have other rumors that we've heard about other characters coming around then. So yeah, Midnight Suns I think would be what I would prefer, but you know, this we're talking October, and as we know, Scopely sometimes changes things in a day that they've said previously. So who knows if they're still gonna do that? Maybe they'll bump it up, maybe they'll bump it back, but I can't wait for this team to come out. I know a lot of players have been waiting for that, and I think it makes sense, especially around that time with the new Blade movie coming out. I'm not sure if it's 2022 or 2023, but a new Blade movie is coming out, so it makes sense that they would do this team again. Hey man, do you think the Web Warriors will be the next legendary unlock? Personally, I do. You know, I think it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the devs aren't going to say anything, but if we look, there's 3 new Web Warriors, 2 reworked ones that kind of fits the pattern that they've had in the past, and it kind of fits the timing. If I'm not expecting the next legendary till mid-February, early March, that would kind of fit around when they're released, when players are going to get these characters and when another character could be coming, especially if we're not getting Omega Red's second run of his legendary till maybe about February. So I think there's a very good chance late February, early March for the next legendary. I think there's a very high chance that it could be Web Warriors based on what they've done previously. If it's not Web Warriors, it could be some random things, but yeah, I think it's a very good chance it's going to be Web Warriors. And that is it. That is it for the video this week, guys. Hopefully you got your questions answered. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that subscribe button for more Marvel Strike Force content. If you guys have stuck around this much, this long, I hope you've liked the video. So hit that like button, join the notification squad so you know as soon as a new video is uploaded. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more Marvel Strike Force content, and hopefully I'll finish editing the video about UFC 269 and my whole trip out to Vegas with Boomer and everything. It was a really fun trip. And hopefully that video will be up. And then, yes, normal for the rest of the week. And then next week, we'll be out of town with the family for the holidays. So that's what's happening on this channel. I'll be back, though, on the live stream in the morning, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. Give me a Hulk fist, but before you go, have a great rest of your day. Yes, and I'll see you then. ValleyFlyin out.